Stitching a blind hem on the Singer Fashion Mate 3342 requires just a little practice if we're just using the standard presser foot that comes with the machine. There is a blind hem foot that you can purchase to help guide this a little easier. So go ahead and start by picking the blind hem stitch. We're going to be using the black stitch here. Stitch length, let's go ahead and start it at 2 and the stitch width at 4. Next, let's talk about how the fabric is folded to achieve the blind hem. So if you've got your final hem pressed in, whether that's for a curtain or pair of pants, go ahead and press that so it's got a nice crease. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to fold your fabric back on itself. So it's going to look like this. Now, if you've ever done a blind hem by hand, you take a little tiny stitch into this fold. You stitch, 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 and little stitch into this fold. So this stitch in the machine is going to go 1, 2, 3, and then a bite. And we want to catch it and line it up so the bite of the needle is just a little bit into this fold. Then it's going to hop over here, stitch, 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 bite. So because this is a mechanical machine, I don't know just yet where to put the fabric. So we're going to start by just putting it underneath the presser foot, and you can see right now that the needle is on the right side. So let's just hand turn. This might take 1 stitch and it might take 4 stitches. So 1, 2, what I'm waiting for is the needle to swing over to the left side. It's coming. There's the swing. Okay, so I like how wide that is. Next, lift up the presser foot and slide the fabric left or right so the needle will come and pierce just a little bit of the fold. So you'll be able to see down in your area, and depending on if you've got thicker fabric or thinner fabric, you might have to get really close. If it's a little thinner fabric, right, don't forget to use a little smaller needle so it makes a smaller bite. Now there is a blind hem foot for this machine, so that would help. It would have a little guide that will allow you to set it right now, and then all you have to do is just run the fold right along the guide. So for us to do this kind of manually, you can kind of see the fold is near the middle of the foot, and that is what we're going to kind of guide it by. I'm going to go ahead and sew it and then show you what it looks like on the correct side. From this side, this is what you're looking for, just a little tiny bite into that fold or crease that we made. And then when we open it up, the goal is to have the little tiny stitches bite into it. Now, if you want a little bit more space between these stitches, lengthen out your stitch length a little bit more. Now, you saw where I got a little bigger bite here and a little bigger bite at the beginning. When you're sitting right in front of the machine, it's a little easier, or again, with an actual blind hem foot to help you guide straight, you won't even see if you had any big or small changes. Now, of course, if you had matched that thread, even though they're not perfectly even, nobody would have seen it and it would have been done. So 10 times faster if you had done the blind hem by hand.